Hello, this is Pat Walker at MissionWinners.com. Just doing a review of stocks that have, say the last month and a half have gotten a good write-up, good mention in Investors Daily. And I've taken the ones off the list that have gotten hit because we don't need to waste energy, brain energy, looking at something we're not going to buy. But here we're just going to look at some stocks. Weekly on the left, daily on the right. I encourage you, look at weekly charts too, okay? Don't ignore weekly. You can see patterns in here that you may not see in the daily. Cleans it up a little bit. You can see this stock right here is resting on the 50-day on the daily. Decent volume there on Thursday. You can see some clean tops going across right here, and you can see it on the daily or on the weekly. See that? Simple. Note the volume pickup on the weekly chart. Let's do the next one. Apple lifted off here. We picked up Apple before, ran it up, sold into strength because of the market, made money on it, and now we're back in it. All right? No trading, not day trading. I'm not into that. I don't look at 5-minute charts. People say, oh gosh, just stay with it. No, then you're sitting there stating, I know the future, right? You're speaking to yourself. Oh, I know the future. I know it's going to come back. No, every little loss, every big loss starts out as a little loss. Manage it accordingly. Well, we're back in it. It looks fine. Volume pickup. Volume pickup on the daily. Volume pickup on the weekly. That's what we want to see. Here's the next one for us. Oh, by the way, when I say this, please don't sit there and think, oh, he's trying to get me to buy it. No way. No, that's lame. I'm just explaining things. My background's in education. I taught on the university level. Taught advanced level classes. I love teaching. I love helping. So that's what we're doing. Let's move on here. Applied materials. The semiconductors are strong. We know looking at the SMH that it's strong. This is basing right here on the 10-week. This is the 10-week moving average. You can see these clean tops going across here. We'll watch this for an entry, potential entry. Boeing, there's really nothing there. Weekly, there's really nothing there at this point in time. Boot, you can see some tops right there going across these tops. Burlington weekly, don't overthink it. It's like, no, there's really nothing there right now. Move on. Chipotle's going sideways here on the 10-week. You can see that right there. The yellow line is the 10-week. This is the 50-day on the daily. By the way, the 10-week equal the 50-day. How about that? Or the 50-day equal the 10-week. I didn't need a calculator to figure that out. I just kind of did. Note the volume bar here down. Pick up in volume. It's a little loose right here, okay? So we just leave it alone. Costco bouncing off the 10-week, which is also the 50-day. Surprise, surprise. Look at the volume pickup. Think we're the only people in the world that know about the 50-day and the 10-week? Everybody does, and they act on it. I like that volume. I always say this to people. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. They're voting right there. There you go. Dollar General going sideways. Here's the weekly, and you look at the daily, and you go, look at the volume that came into it. Nice. DocuSign. You can see the daily doesn't show much, but look at this long cup and a possible handle forming on the weekly. Something to watch. Education, New Education Orient. Going sideways. What's the negative on this chart? Right here. Heavy down volume on the weekly. Heavy down volume on the daily. That's a negative. Something to take into consideration. That's why I like to look at weekly charts. You get a bigger picture on what's going on with supply and demand. Fly weekly. There's really nothing here. By the way, don't overanalyze it. If you don't see it, move on. You want everybody to see what you see. All right? That's important. GSX, yeah, look at this. 2 weeks right here. Closed down on a slight pickup in volume. Perhaps it'll lift off the 50-day right here, which is also the 10-week. Hasbro. You say, okay, that looks all right, but look at this. You may have a little cup and a handle formation right here. Slight volume pickup there this on the weekly. Something to watch. Home Depot, it's loose. I mean, look at the weekly. I'm going to refresh something here real quick. Hold on. Yeah, it's just choppy. Move on. Don't overthink it. INMD, we traded this. I didn't want to trade it, but you got to manage it. Ran up. We sold into strength, and it's good we did because then it fell hard. It's coming back. Bouncing off the 10-week. We'll see if it forms a spot here, okay? Don't know yet. Not the cleanest pattern in the world. IPHI, semiconductor, going sideways. Let me refresh this chart real quick. We're almost done. This is alphabetical. Look at this. This is not a bad week because it closed in the top third of its range. This is a bad week because it closed at its midpoint for the heavy volume selling. So, a little loose here too. But maybe it'll tighten up. We'll watch and see. Semiconductor. Jabil, it's extended. It's buying extended stocks out of a pattern is risky. Know that. Know that. Keys going sideways. This was good to us last, right in here, okay, on the weekly. This stock was real good to us. KL, bought this one here, meandering around. There's really no spot here. Lamb Research, look at the weekly. I mean, you're not going to see this you won't see this pattern on the daily in any chart book saying, well, this is what you look for. This is it. This is where the money is. Move on. Don't overthink it. Lululemon, bouncing off the 10-week, bouncing off the 50-day. What would you like to see here? If you want this to continue, what do you want to see? Volume. That's simple. Nike, just moving up, but there's no spot here at this point in time. Pulte Homes moving up. There's no spot to buy this at this point in time. Okay? Don't chase it, because you could be the person that buys it at 37. It could fall all the way down to 34. Well, you're down 3 points. You're down almost 10%, and you're going, geez whiz, what do I do? Buy right or don't buy at all. Ring gapped up. Ring gapped up on volume. Perhaps it'll form a pattern that we can get into it. Solar Edge bouncing off the 10-week, which is also the 50-day. Top group, so we'll see what happens. Teradyne, semiconductor, nice base. Nice base on the daily. IBD Writeup stock, one to watch. Target, retail, down on a bit heavy volume, starting to pick up. You can see some fairly clean tops going across here. You can see I got a limit alert set already. TSM, it's extended. Move on. Walmart, flopping around. There's no real clean entry there. Move on. ZTO, there's no real clean entry there, is there? And that is a recap of the stocks that were mentioned in Investors Daily. Weekly on the left, daily on the right. I hope that helps you just frame up the action. And I thank you.